Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I want to give the honors to the apostles and the elders worth millstone who taught us and me. There's 100% truth according to the spirits be Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word to the four corners of the earth in sincerity. And peace and blessings to the hopeful believers out there, which are also part of the elect. To y'all say shalom. And once again, I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Forgive me, Rachakwadash, the Holy Spirit, to the lesson on today. Lord, and feed you like the sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, man. So we got a video to the parent spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi. It's not going to be too long. I'm not gonna make it too long. It's gonna be pretty short because brothers, the elders, the elder Barad, elder Manatazaba, South Carolina. I think GMS Vegas sit down went into it too. But brothers already kind of seared the point. But I just want to add a couple pieces because you have General Yohana. He's saying that all this, the reason that the Israelites or not no longer trusted by the black community is due to GMS, where the reason why the Israelites, the so-called black people, hate us. And first off, that's how you know he's not of the house of David, man. He's not a disciple of Yahawashi, because Yahawashi said that the world shall hate us, for the gospel. Even Paul goes into that. Do you now become your enemy because I tell you the truth? So that lets you know that back in that time, Jake was in that spirit of not accepting the doctrine of Yahawashi. And I just want to pull two scriptures, or a couple scriptures, probably three. But Yahawashi, when he came, first off, he didn't come for the whole house of the nation of Israel. When Yahawashi came, man, the black community hated him, man. The so-called black people, because when you think about it, even in that time period, predominantly it was the so-called black people. It was Judah. It was predominantly Judean. Might have been led Northern Kingdom, but for the majority part, it was predominantly Judean. You know what I'm saying? Israelites from the kingdom of Judah, which means Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. African Americans, which is Judah, Benjamin, or Bayamyan, son of the right, which is who? The Jamaicans. And then you had the Levites, the Haitians. You see? They was the ones that was there predominantly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who the Lord went to first, the house of Judah. But nevertheless, the scriptures speak about how they wasn't down with Yahawashi, man. They wasn't down with Yahawashi. The only reason that they was with Yahawashi, when you read in instance, was because Yahawashi was feeding them and doing those things. But that's why you have the point where Yahawashi had pretty much said, eat my flesh and drink my blood. And they was looking at Yahawashi like, this dude crazy. And scripture speak about that he lost a lot of disciples. And Yahawashi asked Peter and them, will thou go also? And they was like, Peter and the disciples, that 12, those men was like, what? The elect, they was like, what? You know, because thou has the keys to everlasting life. So they wasn't offended at that, because it wasn't literal, but they thought Yahawashi was talking literal. But that's just one example right there, tell you how that our people, the black community, the black culture, they never was down with the Israelites. And if you claim to be a servant, you claim to be a disciple of Yahawashi coming in his same spirit, then in this time today, as those people are back through reincarnation and the prophets are back through reincarnation, that same hatred that they had for the prophets as they had for Yahawashi when he was on the scene, they're going to have that same hatred back here today when they come back and see those men that are disciples of Yahawashi. You see? So I'm going to get this one real quick. This is John chapter 1, right? Because John, the Revelator, he goes into this, He goes into this in this first chapter, right? This is John 1, right? And I'm gonna get straight to the point. Right? This is John 1 and 11. It says, right, 11, it says, he came unto his own. This is John talking about Yahawashi. When you go up, right, it says, You go up to verse 6, it says, there was a man sent from God whose name was John, right? And this is talking about John the Baptist. The same came for a witness to bear the witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. You know, in Isaiah 9 talks about him being a light unto the Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. That's going into Yahawashi. So we know this light is referring to Yahawashi. You know, he was not the light, but was sent to bear witness of the light, which is John the Baptist. John the Baptist said, he must increase and I must decrease. You know, they kept saying it was John the Baptist, this guy. John the Baptist was like, no, I'm just witness. I'm just here to pave the way to introduce you to this individual being Yahawashi, which salvation was going to come through this man. So when you jump down right now, talking about Yahawashi, you jump down to verse 11, it says, he came unto his own, and his own received him not. You see? Because this happened, this is a twofold scripture, because did Yahawashi actually come to his own? Yes, he went to his hometown, and like say a prophet is not received in his town. He went to his own hometown, and they didn't receive him. They was actually trying to throw him off a cliff, just trying to kill Yahawashi. But then when you go into the aspect of the nation of Israel, you know what I'm saying? When he came unto his own, the nation of Israel, what? They received him not. There was only a select small number of the nation of Israel that received Yahawashi, which was the ones that was with him in the beginning, being the elect, beginning with the governing body, the 144,000. You know, those are the only ones that received Yahawashi. But as for majority of the nation of Israel, they didn't receive Yahawashi. You know, that played a part, and it was all prophecy, but that led up to the part of Yahawashi's crucifixion, because the reason Yahawashi got crucified was due to the elders of the nation of Israel. You know, the elders at that time of the nation of Israel that was we was all under the captivity of Rome, so it wasn't sovereign, but you still had leaders. Israel, you had the leaders of Israel that was against Yahawashi. The people was against Yahawashi. As we just read it, his people received him not. So you're talking about the black people, they never had a problem with us. Well, they supposed to have a problem with us because they're not of us, they of the world. You see? If they was not of the world, then the world, did not Yahawashi say that? If you was of the world would love his own. But since ye are not of the world doesn't love you. You know, because I testified against it. So if you supposed to be coming in the same doctrine of Yahawashi, you supposed to have a natural inclination been revealed unto you how long you've been in. You should have been already, the Lord should already let you know. You should already understood quickly that majority of our people are not going to receive this doctrine. They're not. They're not. You could package it up anyway. They're not going to receive it, man, because the Lord has it set up like that, you see. So when you go to Matthew 27, right? Let me see. And this is when Yahawashi's pretty much been delivered up. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, right here. This is Matthew 27. I'm going to start at verse 11. Right? It says, and Yahawashi stood before the governor. And the governor asked him, which is polite, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And Yahawashi said unto him, as thou sayest. Because that's the doctrine Yahawashi was bringing too, because he is the king of the Jews. You see? He is the king of the Israelites. You know? I accidentally said that word, Lord, it don't get straight, but Yahawashi is the king of the Israelites. You see? And under him, he has King David set up, but you keep going. And when he was accused of the priests, of the chief priests and the elders, he answered nothing. You see? So Yahawashi was accused by the chief priests and the elders. You know, they even said it themselves that if we don't stop, people from believing upon Yahawashi, this dude Yahawashi, the Romans are going to come and take what we have. You see? But the funny thing is, with y'all delivering up Yahawashi, the Romans still came into what y'all had in 70 AD. You know? So you keep going, it says, and he answered him to never a word, insomuch that the governor marveled greatly. Yahawashi didn't have nothing to say. You see? Now at the feast, the governor was wont to release unto the people It's like unto the people a prisoner whom they would, right? People. So ultimately we know at the end of the day, prophecy played out, but this shows you the wickedness of the nation of Israel because the governor gave the people the decision on which prisoner would they decide to release, right? And it's going to tell you the other prisoner. And they had then a notable prisoner called Barnabas, right? Barabbas, my bad, Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, Whom will ye that I release unto you? Barabbas or Yahawashi, which is called the Anointed, Hamashiach? For he knew that for envy they had delivered him. When he was sat down on the judgment seat, his wife sent unto him, saying, Have thou nothing to do with this just man? For I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him. So this is the wife of Polite. His woman had dreams of Yahawashi, you see. No telling exactly what those dreams were, but they definitely, put fear in her to be, don't fool with this man. Don't, don't be no part of this, right? Because that was the son of man. That was Yahawashi. And now Polite, when Lord come back, Polite gonna have to, or Pilate, if I'm saying it right, he's gonna have to reap what he sowed. He's gonna have to reap the wrath of the Lord when the Lord returns. And even if he didn't do it, still, because he's Edomite, right? It says, but the chief priests and the elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas and destroy Yahawashi. You see, so the chief priests, the leader, they influenced the masses to perceive Yahawashi as a person deserving of death and to release Barabbas. You see, because at the end of the day, they was envious of Yahawashi, as Pilate said. They was envious of him. They wanted what Yahawashi had. They didn't. They couldn't accept that. All this hard. We come from the Hasmonean dynasty. We have lineage of Jacob Maccabees. You know what I'm saying? We our fathers fought for this. We was only holding it down just for you to come and say that. Well, that's not the way to make it back to the Father. I'm gonna be the way. Which that's ultimately what the Hasmonean dynasty. That's what they fought for. They fought to keep the law and statute commandments, because they understand at the end of the day that there will be one to come that will it will be salvation through them. All the prophets and men understood that, you see. Right? It says, and the governor said unto them, Whether of the twain will ye that I release unto you? Said Barabbas. But Pilate said unto them, What shall I do then with Yahawashi, which is called the Anointed? They all said unto him, Let him be crucified. They wanted him to be crucified, right? Take note, these are these so-called black, you know what I'm saying? These are the so-called black people that General Yohana saying that, now we've lost the trust with them. Look what GMS did. GMS caused all the so-called black people to not really like Israelites anymore. They didn't like Israelites back then. To be more specific, they didn't like, because they knew they was Israelites back then. To be more specific, they didn't like the doctrine or the men of Yahawashi, because if they didn't like Yahawashi, you know that they felt the same way about his men, his disciples. What did Yahawashi say? They have persecuted me, they should persecute you. Why? Because we coming, if you a disciple of Yahawashi, you're coming in the same spirit. But if you're not a disciple of Yahawashi, then they're not gonna dislike you. They're gonna love you. They're going to want to crucify, same as how they crucified Yahawashi, they're going to crucify his men. And you see that right now. Because how is Yahawashi crucified? You know what I'm saying? He's being crucified by his image being X'd out. When you even look at the GMS image is being crucified. You see? It's being slandered, the image of GMS. Same reason how the image of Yahawashi is slandered. He's not a so-called black man. He's a Edomite. He's this, he's that. He loves everybody. Complete adverse. Same thing with GMS. All these accusations and all these things that they try to bring up on GMS is this. They love Transformers. They love this. They cause this and that. And it's going to soon to be found out that none of that shit was true. Just the same thing as Yahawashi was innocent in the situation. But prophecy's being played out, you see. GMS is the only camp that's being slandered for the name of Yahawashi, because Yahawashi was slandered because they are his disciples. You other camps are not being slandered. Right? So keep going. So Pilate said unto them, what shall I do then with Yahawashi, which is called the anointed, Hamashiach? They all say unto him, let him be crucified. And the governor said, why? What evil hath he done? But they cried out more, saying, let him be crucified. When Pilate saw that he could not prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person, see ye to it. He tried to be smooth. This is Esau. He trying to be deceitful. I ain't doing this. Nah, nigga, you part of putting your house out of death. You're part of it too, because you the governor. You the governor. You have control. You part of it too, nigga. So it says, then answered all the people, said, his blood be on us and our children. See, they was so confident, right? They hated Yahawashi so much. They said, man, his blood gonna be on us and our children. So all you niggas that came back through the loins of these individuals, that blood is on you, right? And I'm gonna stop it right there, because even though when you read it and Yahawashi eventually says, you know, they know not what they do, he was talking to the elect, because there was elect amongst those individuals that were doing that shit, you know. That's why when you get further down, Paul goes into speaking about how that was Yahawashi. They got hung on a tree on a cross. He got hung on a cross, and they was pricked in their heart, and they repented. That was the elect. But ultimately, the nation didn't. You know what I'm saying? But going into it, man, the nation didn't. Black people didn't like Yahawashi. They didn't. Same reason how it is now. So just for you to bring up that point that y'all made us be hated black people, it shows you that you're not a disciple of Yahawashi. You can't be. You're not one that's falling in the stead of Yahawashi, because Yahawashi, he was hated amongst Israel. Just like we read in John, he went on to his own and they received him not. You know? So he was hated amongst Israel. You see? He was hated. So Lord willing, set aside for the pull these out real quick, because it's just day in, as time is getting closer, as we getting closer to the Passover, you know, as it goes into scriptures going to how the Lord's going to search Jerusalem with candlesticks. As we get closer to the Passover, the Lord is bringing out people intentions and really separating who are his disciples and who are not, and it's being made more evident that the ones of GMS are the disciples of Yahawashi, you know. So Lord willing, we be a part of the elect. You know, Lord continue to deal with us. We're going to end up with called Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Hakodash. When they get about honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstone, so I'm going to say shalom.